Good night. We had a lot of situational stuff we worked tonight. Really, a lot of long yardage and game on the line situations, fourth downs, 2-point play, overtime. Had a lot of different situations. Teaching, obviously, we really believe strongly in that and trying to educate. We're really pleased with our guys now. They're responding. So it was a good night. They competed. It's going back and forth now, so that's good.
How are the guys holding up physically, 2 days and everything?
Yeah, just fine. It's training camp.
Yeah.
That's what I tell them. I mean, it's a mindset that you have. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I think so much of that is like, everybody in the country's sore. Mm-hmm. And how you should be responding is like the top 2% of the people in the country. That's how we ought to be responding. So, you sit around and say you're sore, then you're gonna be sore. This is part of it. It's supposed to be hard. I want it to be hard. I'm trying to make it hard. And that's how you develop toughness on your team. But on the same hand, we try to keep a pulse on where they're at physically. I think they're fine.
It's like you're trying to get Carlos Mendoza involved a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, we really want to get him cleared. I mean, he's really impressed us just with his movement, his ability to fit. And nothing surprising us. Mm-hmm. We expected him to come in and compete. So he's a guy that we think's got some promise. Mm-hmm. Smart guy. Really, he's got a knack for the ball, and we've only been able to get him in limited situations. So we're looking forward to getting that green jersey off him, hopefully in about a week.
You had talked about before camp started wanting to ideally get down to 2 quarterbacks as most of the reps, and it seems like there's not that much separation between the three
after
guys.
This first scrimmage, we will.
Okay.
I think we've got an idea of how we're going to rep it going into the scrimmage, and. We'll rep 1, 2s, and 3s. One of the things about how we practice, we go so fast that we can rep 3. We've got to come out of this scrimmage next week and really, only be repping 2 guys, and that's pretty much what we probably will do most of the year. When we have a set person in that position, they tend to get most of the reps. Does that make sense? But we still will rep. Our backup. So we cannot rep 3 people. So we're hoping to get that done by this weekend. Tomorrow is a big day for them, but we're further along than I feel good about where we're at, and that's going to be really key for us. Is that, like I said, is just get really get somebody to operate and not turn the football over. So I think we've got some, and just distribute the ball to our players. We've got a lot of really quality backs, and got Jamal out there at wide receiver. We got some guys that are stepping up there. That's probably the area that's got to step up the most is the receivers. That's probably where we lost 3 really, really, really good ones. And obviously we got Jamal back, who's an outstanding receiver. I think Alonzo's coming along. Rick Smith is coming along. Rashad's been banged up, so that slowed his progress, even though he came back in great shape. JJ's been good. I think JJ maybe can, I don't want to compare him to Pflugrad, but he's a smart guy. He runs great routes. They're really, really disciplined, and we wish we had Pflugrad.
Yeah. You mentioned Rick Smith a few times. It sounds like he's going to be a guy that's going to be able to help you this year.
I think so. He's just he's never run a no huddle, so that had him big-eyed for a couple days, but he's just a gifted athlete. He's a talent, and I tell you, our coaches did a good job. I'm really pleased with how recruiting came out. You look at the guys we have, and it really felt like we did a super job.
How are you going to go about choosing your captains?
Not everybody gets to vote on captain. I think it's earned. I think being a leader, like I say, if there's 2 captains out here, that'd be the most there is. Mm-hmm. Really believe that is something that's kind of sometimes overinflated, and our players will choose, but it'll be the ones that are doing things the right way. It won't be all of them. It'll be the people that come out here and pay the price every day. It don't matter if they start or they don't start. It's going to be a team deal. And we'll work on that process when we're in Camp T. And that's not to say we won't have 4 captains. Right. It's just whatever the team works out. I think there's guys that I think there's guys like Cam and Brandon McGee that I think are solid leaders. But it's important too that you have somebody that that represents. I think having a guy that has kind of been in the doghouse, that's gotten out of the doghouse, that's doing things right, that just to step forward as a leader. Now, you can't be way in the doghouse and be a captain, but you can be. I don't know. I think that's important because so a lot of times, like we had a guy named Paul Smith at Tulsa. He was an incredible kid, and but he's married, and he was the kids. He was definitely a leader for us, but he wasn't really a normal kid.
Right.
That all the guys kind of hang around and follow. So. We'll be very. Coach Randolph kind of runs that for us in selecting our captain, Coach Cassidy, and we'll have the people that everybody will get a vote. Every coach will get a vote on that, but we'll do it. Spend a lot of time on selecting that because I don't want it to be a popularity contest.
Right.
Because those captains, I'm going to expect them to have courage, and it's not just about wearing a C on your jersey. It's about leading, and leading is about making tough decisions and being courageous. So I think we've got some good guys out here. So I'm really pleased with our team right now. I think you told me we put on an enormous amount of stuff, and they've done a good job. So I'm excited.
Were you captain in your college days?
No,
you weren't.
I was not. We had game captains.
Mm-hmm.
We had two captains. Coach Patterson, who was my college roommate, was captain, and I was a captain.